Hi guys, so this is going to be your activity for the day, okay? What you're going to be doing is listing the following, okay? You're going to be listing all of the different domain, range, X and Y, intercepts, vertex, minimum val, axis of symmetry, and then deciding whether the parabola is up or down, okay? So we're going to first do domain and range, which is throwing you guys back a little bit. So I'm just going to quickly overview that, and remember that the domain is all of your x values, okay? So in this case, as you could see, our parabola continues on forever. Okay, so what this is going to state for all of the following 1, 2, 3, and 4, your domain is going to be all real numbers. Okay, so you could write it just like that on all your domains. All right, so then next is your range. Remember, your range is all your y values, okay? So in this case, when we look, my range ends here because this is where my graph is, okay? So what we need to notice that this is at y could be greater or equal than -4, okay? So you're going to do that with all of your range. You're going to find the minimum or the maximum, the turning point in your graph, and then you're going to write whatever number is here. And remember, your range is always a y value. So it's always going to say y is greater than or equal to, y is less than or equal to, anything like that. Okay? We're then going to go on and do our x-intercepts. Okay? In this case, we have 2, right? Wherever the graph crosses our x-axis, okay? So in this example here, it crosses here, and it crosses here, okay? Then all I want you to do is list those points for me. So that first one is -2, 0, and the second one is 6, 0. So those will be what our x-intercepts are, okay? Whenever it crosses the x-axis. So it crosses twice here. So we have 2 x-intercepts, okay? Then we're going to go ahead and do our y-intercept. And that's anytime the graph crosses our y-axis, okay? In this case, it crosses here. All right, so we only have 1 here. And that point is 0, -3. Okay, so that's our y-intercept. Remember, when it crosses our y-axis. Okay, then our next point is finding the vertex. Okay, remember our vertex is the changing point in our graph, or the turning point. So in this case, our graph turns right at this point. Okay, so then we're going to go find our point. Remember, when we write a vertex, it needs to be an x and y form. Okay, so it's over 2 down -4. So that becomes our vertex point. Then we're going to find our minimum value. When we look for our minimum value, we're looking for whatever is the last point. Okay, so in this case, our minimum value is whatever our range number was. So in this case, we see our range number was -4. But instead of writing greater or equal than 2, we're just going to write y equals -4. Because it's whatever point is the last on our y-intercept, on our y-axis, okay? Whatever is the last possible point. So in this case, or we can notice that our minimum value is our y value in our vertex. Okay, so this is a good thing to remember. Y value in vertex. Okay? Then we're going to do the axis of symmetry. Remember, the axis of symmetry is the x value in the vertex. Or what you can do is draw a line right where the vertex is and see that the number is 2. And remember, when we write the axis of symmetry, it starts with x and then equals whatever number we see. In this case, my x-intercept in my vertex, or my x value in my vertex is 2. So x equals 2. And the last question is debating whether our parabola is open up or down. In this case, my cup, we can think of this as a cup. So when we think of parabolas, we can think a cup. So I'm going to note that up here. Parabola equals cup. Okay? If my cup is up, then I could pour water in it. If my cup is down, I cannot pour water in it. Okay, so in this case, my parabola is up. Okay, so that's what you will be doing for the rest of the following 2, 3, and 4. If you have any help, you can hop on to Google Meet after school or ask me any questions during class.